Tinker Air Force Base represented in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So that's incredibly awesome. We'll get things going now. Indy, of course, from Glendale, Arizona, and the Luke Air Force Base. But that Aki going up against the Zangief certainly plays well. I'd like to see a little bit of zoning. It's all going to be about how Aki can zone here, how Indy can zone and keep Zangief at bay.
Yep, and we're into this BO7, by the way. It was BO5s across the entirety of the bracket, but you know it's going to be a twist and a half. Diving on in already, the Aki having a little bit of fun in there, but Indybindy ready to throw down. Getting some early starts here on Zangief. Zohta trying to find a corner of their own, though. And you know Zangief's got the absolute buster. Huge pile driver. The head cracker, the spine cracker, whatever you want to call it. Zohta throwing down.
Yeah, you saw all that damage go, but you're never panicking as Zangief, man. You see the 1-2 and the knockout early, so that's how you see the #1 come back in this one. You can kind of hit little marks here and there all day long if you're Aki, but you got to look out for the massive damage you get from the Zangief.
It's a little bit terrifying to think about as well for Indybindy. You know that the Aki is such a combo-heavy character, but it's so light it feels, and especially against a Zangief, you know every blow feels like it's just destructive, so you have to play smart. But right now, you are getting corner blocked in more ways than one. Very nice counter hit, creating a little bit of space for yourself, but that stance is not really in your favor. Oh no, exhausted out, which is a problem.
Yeah, the burnout is certainly going to lead to the knockout. That was pretty easy there for Zohta as they take the first set. And obviously the first one you saw Aki looking pretty strong, but after that it was a quick run there from Zohta.
And the fact that they're ready to throw down yet again. I mean, I love this. You gotta be inside the USC ring. You gotta be inside that ringside action. But no stage swap is always a very interesting to me. Maybe you want to create a little bit more space. But, of course, they say the ring is the best place to start. Indybindy getting a great combination off, though. Carrying to the sky and now following through, painting this green. Zohta not happy, but now a counterattack.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pulse shade and chaser afterwards was great. The drive rush is going to be handled there with a couple blocks there, too. So Zohta's certainly been wary of that fact, too. The pulse to try to get them in, and it does. So great methodical move there from Indybindy to finally get some life.
I mean, that's what we were talking about, right? This is a combo-heavy character. Aki is always a combo-heavy character, and you know there's going to be even more to play with. We'll start things off. Zohta making sure to slowly try and build up their own, but can't go to the sky. Instead of boot to the face, very nice punish counter, making sure that Indy doesn't get that free fire start. But again, answered in the sky. First time is on you, second time is on me.
Yeah, and you have to be wary because, of course, part of your zoning, if you're Indy, is trying to go through the air. But you have to be wary of that level 1 that you can bring out at any time for Zohta. But you're not going to be able to do that when you're just absolutely being wrecked here as Indybindy's got you trapped in the corner.
Right now, you got a level 3 ready to go if you so wish, but you don't really need it because Zohta is completely locked out. 1-1 so far, right into game number 3.
Yeah. Quick work, and of course the distance has been working. It's a 7-foot matchup versus a 5'8", so of course that reaches everything. So you have to try to keep them at bay, and Indy's been doing a great job so far, but Zohta was able to kind of break through that, and you see that punch after punch land too. But a great job to counter this off with a quick drive parry there, but it's going to be combated, of course, if you get close. The throws are inevitable.
I love the fact that Zohta is trying to play into the corner as much as possible. 1-2 though coming out. Indybindy really making sure it's a 1-4 combo actually. That's 4 times almost in a row, and now brings the drive as you're completely concussed, exhausted, burnt out, and almost annihilated. Let's see if Indybindy can finish this one off. Great juggle here inside of the corner. Zohta gonna have to try and get back up. Has a little bit of the meter themselves, but the twist and toss so clean. Yes. Finish it off 2 times in a row. Indybindy bends their way to a round 1 victory.
That's what you needed right there, is you had to continue that same trend because one pile driver would have changed the difference, and of course it's difficult to get out of the situation. Credit Indy for getting in quickly and now starting this next one off without anything, so really not opening the doors at all, because if you do, you see the damage just absolutely melted off of Indy, so great job to finish off that last one.
I mean, that was a treat and a half, and Indybindy is really getting in the mix here. Level 2 at least, and it's clean as a whistle. Make it happen. Zohta, of course, not going down just yet, but that's 100 still on Indybindy. You got full charge ready to go. Crash Arts available if you can get it, but Zohta not given the chance. It's a perfect KO for Indybindy to move up 2-1. I mean, I want to see even more here, and we are. Yeah, this is the Sage swap that I was wondering. So Zohta actually lost on game three loss, and now you're saying, okay, let's go to a little bit of a different field now, a little bit longer range. You have a little bit more space to play with, and starting things off strong. Zohta really trying to push forward.
Exactly. Every step forward is definitely a benefit here for Zohta, so that is understood by Aki. That's why you see the switch up and now trying to get them into the corner, and that's going to happen pretty quickly, especially when you have the chaser and the special to get you in pretty quickly. You see the turn, though, and the dive is going to be read well by Indy as well as they look to drive impact, drive dash right back into it with a couple of low kicks and try to swing them as well with the top side. But Zangief giving it back here to Zohta, but will they be able to get some traction? It's not looking like it, and they should be able to finish this one off as well with a couple of juggles. Not quite done, but they do finish the job.
I mean, that's clean. Indy, what is going on? Indy has gotten that surge in this playoffs bracket. I mean, that is so clean, Zohta. Obviously, I would have loved to see these two play in the regular season. I mean, I'm just so surprised that we're seeing overwhelming strength. Indybindy starting to read Zohta like a book and a half, and that's going to be a breakout, though. Zohta is going to try and bring the pain. Level 1 to get out of the corner and to stop any further combo.
Just one turn of the tides is all you need as Zangief to really start to get things cooking, especially if you know that. Finally, a lariat out. I haven't seen that very frequently. They also have a double lariat as well, if they can bring out two. Even a level 1 there, I'd like to see that. You have great air defense on these, you know, so you have to be able to use those when you see them come at you.
You can almost see Indybindy recognizing that, hey, this might not be perfect, so I need to find a little bit more space, trying to use a little bit of that range, a little bit of that poison on the ground. Another slash in the air, though. You bait out the aerial jump, and no chance whatsoever. Indybindy making sure to finish it off.
That should be 3. Yeah, that should finish it for sure, and does. So, man, Indy is making a statement here and should be able to march this up to match point as well. So 3-1 as Zohta left scratching their head after taking the first set for sure. And you can't switch off it, though. It's tough, right? Because Zangief does not play well into Aki. Not to mention it's not really necessarily the best, but they will go right back into it with the Zangief. Want to try to continue this in and see if they can find some traction.
I mean, it's all you got. At the end of the day, it really is the last moment. You have no more matches to lose. Zohta needs to start winning hard, but you can't even get across the space. Look at that. You are so far away. Zohta trying to get within range, trying to get a combo of their own, but Indy throws out the strays and now going straight for the throat. What a boot.
Or get sprained to get them in the door, and then after that, it was a 1-2 low up combination. And they need to be able to continue this too. Try the drive rush, but the kicks keeping them at a distance, but really plays in the favor of Indy. But there you've got the drive rush a couple of times to land a couple of right-handers there.
I mean, Zohta has to go for the 50-50s, but the 50-50s are just not in your favor. The jump's not going to work as Indy basically strays their way out. The chip damage is too real, and Indybindy is on round tournament point, whatever you want to call it.
Championship point, and here it is, and a pile driver is the right move here to try to drive back in and get a little bit of a head start. It's been Indybindy that's gotten those, but of course the combos have been deadly. We're already seeing a couple of those. You got to throw as well in addition to this one, the drive impact to try to get them in the door, and now all of a sudden you blink and we're back even.
Level 3 is ready to go. Indybindy could close it out in stylish fashion. What a great catch on the aerial yet again. Zohta, you're an open book, and your last chapter is about to be stylized. Low and high meet, but the range advantage from Indybindy is so good. 60 seconds to work with. Indybindy taking no chances, setting up the poison. Stab to the center. Where do you hit? What a challenge. Zohta goes for it and hits the level 3. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though.
I don't know. Plus, you got the poison that you were dealing with, but I think it's over and nullified. You did it. Whoa, that was huge to keep Zohta in this one, Orbital. Goodness.
It was good, but that's only to get you matching. It's only to get you matching right now. Full charge, no meters, no nothing. Zohta is out of gas and needs to make do with simplified, and Indybindy's just taking their time.
Yeah, exactly. They have their drive just come right back up. They're going to use a lot of it, and they didn't get any value from it, so the screwdriver suddenly opens the door here for Zohta.
Really, really nice. We haven't seen that since game number 1, by the way. I wouldn't even say game 1, round 1 of game 1. It's been a while. Now, with a huge cross chop to the neck, though, as Zohta starting to answer back, this is the Zohta that we saw earlier. Can you continue, though? Indybindy bringing out their own, though,
baby.
And that's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt. It won't actually absolutely kill you, but it will burn out as well in addition to that. So not only are you even, but now you're in a difficult spot here. You have nothing you can utilize, and that's why you see this pressure constantly coming through. You try to hold that impact. You try to answer back, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. 1, 2, 3 punch, and then they are going to swallow it down. Indybindy going to be your champion here. Straight 6 in the Summer League.
Insane work right there. Beautifully done. 4-1, and the round score nonetheless, I believe a grand total of 3 earned by Zohta. And Indybindy is able to collectively win the most. Is this a best of 9 here that they're playing, or are they just messing around here?
I don't know. They might be messing. You see the score is 4-1 in the best of 7, so that should say that Indybindy won it here. Wondering if we can get any word from production to see if there's been any changes to what we know at least.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious about that one, but so far we're watching Zohta get a little bit tagged down. Maybe there was a situation occurred that we just weren't really aware of, and we'll have to keep eyes on that one. Wondering about this though, a quick little tap on the side. You can see Zohta just kind of holding their own here. Still though, Indybindy maybe just running it back and saying, listen, if one wasn't enough, let me make sure match point is huge for me.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, go at it. Love to see these two battle it out regardless.
All right.
There we go. We got the word. Listen, we just wanted a victory lap. That's all it was. You know, Indy was like, hey, number 6 seed, I wanted to show it to you. And Zohta had said, hey, listen, I know I can beat you. I want to get back out there, and that's what we were seeing there. But again, congratulations. It was technically, you know, with the number 6 seed, an upset, but based on like their character choice and selection, we knew it was going to be close. And sure, Zohta did take one game, but Indy was classically just phenomenal here in this one, honestly.